Welcome, friends, to the next Bhagavad Gita lesson. Let's start by settling in with a slow, deep breath. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti. This is episode number 249, and it describes my relationship with food. It's called You Really Got a Hold on Me. The Beatles did a cover of the song. You may remember it. I don't like you, but I need you. Seems that I'm always thinking of you. Oh, you do me wrong now. My love is strong now. You really got a hold on me. And we're on the 16th verse of the 6th chapter. It goes, Arjuna, it will be difficult to progress in your meditation practice if you eat too much or too little, as well as if you sleep too much or don't get adequate sleep. In this verse and the next one, Sri Krishna provides us with some very practical guidance. Be moderate in your daily life. For many of us, moderation is harder than swinging between the extremes of overindulgence and denial. Moderation requires more maturity. On both sides of this subtle middle path lies suffering, dukkha. Both extremes imply a strong identification with the body and the ego, precisely from which yoga is trying to free us from. I have plenty of personal experience with swinging between the extremes of these two examples that Krishna gives here, eating and sleeping. This week I'll share with you my overeating extreme. Many years ago, Swami Satchidananda told us an old South Indian saying, 1 meal a day, a yogi. 2 meals a day, a bogi, someone who's out to enjoy life. And 3 meals a day, a rogi, a sick person. So the message was super clear to my overzealous 20-year-old mind. I want to be a yogi. And from that day on, continuing now for over 50 years, I've stuck to that 1 meal a day discipline. I felt I also had the blessing of the great Sri Ramakrishna. He said the following, eat sumptuously in the daytime, but let your food at night be sparse and easily digestible. There are many teachings of Ramakrishna that I was unable to follow, but the instruction to eat sumptuously I've taken to heart. In my early days, I added another discipline to this, one bowl of food, no going back for seconds. It sounds austere, right? However, I used this huge bowl that could feed a family of 6 or 8 people. And people would be shocked and awed when they would visit our ashram and see the prodigious amount of food that this 115-pound fellow was devouring. Or it was like a lion who ate a gazelle and then was satiated for a while. This worked really well for my mom. She derived great pleasure from watching her baby boy eating to his heart's content. As the years went by, though, I found I couldn't stuff quite the same amount of food in my belly as I used to. Eventually, the time came when I would visit my mom. I'd eat to fullness, and most people would consider it quite a large amount. But she would be really disappointed and say, "You're killing me here. You hardly touched your food." I'm not telling you all this to impress you with my strange stick-to-itiveness. It's a cautionary tale. I learned that if we don't hear the message from the stomach that it's full, or if we disregard the message, then the food which is there to provide us with nourishment saps our prana. The life force has to figure out what it's going to do with this huge digestion project, and we find ourselves at best dull and drowsy, and at worst a true blue rogi. And as Krishna says in this verse, it's certainly going to crimp our meditation progress. For our reflection, sometimes the food is so good that we may feel it's worth eating an insane amount despite the consequences. Was there ever a time when the meal was so enjoyable that you accepted the aftermath, or did you always feel that was not worth it? See you soon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.